because I'm going to share my screen. Okay, do you see my iPad?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is download a picture. And most of the time, kids get pictures off of like Google, but we actually have a database specifically for pictures. And what this activity is doing is that they will get a picture, trace a drawing, animate the drawing, add some audio, and turn it into a video. So this would be a good thing that could be used as a response activity for maybe science or social studies. It could be a reading response activity. I could see it, in math. They could use the drawing feature in Keynote for math, but I'm going to start with a picture. Here at the GPISD website, I'm going to go to right here where it says Parents, Students. And then under Student Resources, we go Library Resources. And then Elementary Library Resources. And I don't know if you know this, but this is all of our resources that we subscribe to as a district. We have the Destiny. This is where you can search the library. This is the Sora, the Tumble books. And if you scroll down a little bit, these are ebooks. Those are really good nonfiction books. We have all of these databases. And the one we're going to use is this Britannica Image Quest right here. And what this is, it's a whole database of rights cleared images. So anytime kids want to use a picture for something, they can go here to download for free. Now, I like to show how to put this on the home screen, kind of like a little app. If you go to the little button right here, and then go to add to home screen, and then add. And so what it does, you can tell I've done it a couple times. It kind of puts it right there. So when I tap that, it opens it right up. And you can do that with any website. Kind of add to home screen button. So for today, I'm going to use pumpkins as my topic. You can search for anything. When I was doing this before, we were doing it before Thanksgiving, and pumpkins was kind of Thanksgiving-y, so that's why I was choosing that. But you can do this with anything. So for this activity, I'm going to use a picture of a pumpkin that it's the main focus of the picture. So like something like this wouldn't work very well, but maybe something like one of these two. But the one that I like the best is this one right here, because it's got a nice big pumpkin right there. So in order to download the pumpkin, we go to download button here, image to my computer. And then here where it says view or download, we choose view. I know that's weird because we think we want to download it, but I'm not totally sure where that goes when we download it. So we tap view, which pops it up. Now, do you know how to do a screenshot?
Yeah.
Where you do the power button and home button. So if I do that, that's the easiest way to get the picture to save to my camera roll. The second way to do that here is what I like to call a 2-second tap, which is like if I take my finger, I'm going to tap on it. I'm going to go 1 Mississippi 2. And when I release, it kind of pops out a little bit. So 1 Mississippi 2. And then I can go to add to photo. So either one of those ways is how we get the photo saved to my camera roll. And if I go over here to my photos, you can see it right there. And a lot of pictures of Miss Holland, because that's what I've been doing today. I'm going to go to my Keynote. Yeah. She looks so good today in that pink blazer. And I'm going to go from Keynote. I'm going to start a new presentation with this plus sign. I'm going to go to choose a theme. And for this, one of these first two, the basic white or the basic black. For some things I like using the black, especially if I want my colors to pop. But the basic white works really well for this one. And I'm going to remove all of the boxes because I want a nice, fresh, blank screen here. Now I'm going to add my picture. I'm going to go to the plus sign. I'm going to go to my photo. And I'm going to choose my pumpkin. Now I'm going to kind of make it a little bit bigger because I want it to be nice and big right there in the middle. And then I'm gonna go to the paintbrush icon here, and I'm gonna put the opacity down to about 40%. Because a lot of kids are like saying, well, I can't draw. Well, they may not be able to draw, but they can trace. And that's kind of what we're gonna do here is we're gonna trace the pumpkin. So if I go back to my plus sign and then go down to drawing, I get some tools here. So I'm gonna use my pen. I like kind of using a darker, I'm going to choose a nice orange color. And I can use my finger to trace it. I can use one of those squishy tipped pens that the kids like to use. So you can use like an Apple pencil or something like that, but I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to just trace around the outside of the pumpkin. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm also going to trace kind of these little wedges here. Here comes somebody. Miss Aguilar. Okay. Hello, Miss Aguilar. Now I'm going to do the stem. So I'm going to choose spectrum and I want to find a nice chocolatey brown for the stem. And I'm going to kind of do a like that. Now, for the next step, I'm going to use this paint tube here because I want to fill that in. But in order for the paint tube to work, it has to be a completely closed shape. If I've got like a little gap in it, then the paint tube doesn't work right. But when I tap on that now, it says it fills it in really nice. I'm also going to fill in these wedges. I'm going to go back to grid and choose kind of a lighter orangey color, and I'm going to fill in all these little wedges. And then I'm going to add some straw. So I want to add, I kind of use that. Good. I'm going to kind of put some straw in here. Okay. So Ms. Aguilar, I am recording this so that you can watch the beginning of it later, but you could just feel free to listen or pay attention or follow along, whatever you're comfortable with. So now that I've finished my drawing, I'm going to tap done in the top left corner. And I'm left with my drawing on top of the picture. I need to remove the picture. So right now you can see these little blue dots going all the way around it. That tells me the drawing is selected. So I'm going to kind of tap behind it. And now down here at the bottom, I'm going to tap delete. And that's going to remove the picture and leave my drawing. So now the next step is to animate the drawing. So if I tap it once, I get an animate option. And then I'm going to choose to add build-in and then line draw right there. And what that does, it kind of draws it on the screen for me. It goes super fast. We're going to slow it down. But the first thing is is to do the line draw first. So now I'm going to tap done. And now I want to record some audio. So I'm going to go to my plus sign again. And I'm going to go to record audio. And I'm just going to record myself saying a few sentences about pumpkins. This could also work for a student explaining how to complete a math problem, or what's the difference between solids, liquids, and gases, or the summary of a reading assignment. So this could work for a lot of different things. I'm going to tap record. Pumpkins are a symbol of fall. We eat pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving and Christmas. Pumpkins are orange and grow in a field. So when I stop it, you're going to notice right here it says 12 seconds, almost 13 seconds. So I want my line draw and my audio to go at the same pace. So that's why that's important. I'm going to insert my audio. And now I'm going to go back and make sure that my pumpkin drawing animation goes the same 13 seconds. Okay. Then I'm also going to set it, whoops. Go back to animate. I'm going to tap on, whoop. What happened here? Okay. I'm going to tap on these three little lines right here because these two things are called builds. The drawing is one build, the audio is a second build. I want both builds to go together. So I'm going to tap on the second build and I'm going to choose that I want it to go with build 1. And when I tap done and then play, you won't be able to hear it because I got earphones in. Well, maybe you could. Hang on. No, because it's in my ears. So what happened there was the audio that I recorded went at the exact same time as the line draw. Now there's one final step to this because I want it to wrap it up into a movie, a little video. So if I tap on these three little dots there and go to export as a movie, it will turn it into a video for me. And then I'm going to save my video, which puts it on my camera roll. So if I go back to my photos, here's my video. I'm going to take this off and see. Okay, because I want you to hear it. Pumpkins are a symbol of fall. Can you hear it? We eat pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving and Christmas. Okay. Pumpkins are orange and grow in a field. So in a nutshell, that's what I wanted to show you. How to use Keynote to make a drawing, animate the drawing, add some audio, and make it into a movie. But this can also work for if you want to animate photos, or like I'm going to add a little blank thing here. Like let's say I wanted to use pictures instead of a drawing. So I can animate the photo the same way that I can animate anything else. So like if I wanted it to just appear or move in, and kids love this stuff. I can also add, let me go back, animate, add an action, which will make it do several things. I can also do this create path, which makes it kind of like do a little thing. It just depends on what you want it to do. There's lots of cute little animations that you could do. So some of the stuff that I've done with animations, like for the experience video that you did something for me, Miss McCrae, I made, I think this is it. Just a little video where it typed on the screen. I did that in Keynote. I'm looking for something specific. Oh, I don't see it. There's a lot of my pumpkin stuff. Oh, for the all-star video, I made all of these with the kids, with their names and stuff on there. I'm looking for something specific, but I don't think I'm gonna find it. Anyway, my point is, you can do all kinds of cool stuff with the animation. Does that sound like something that you'd like to do with your kids?
It does for me, especially for the we do identifying main idea and summary. But I use Bitmojis a lot, so I'm wondering if this has like an extension, or maybe I just do a screenshot of the Bitmoji and make it move.
So Keynote does not currently have a Bitmoji extension to it because this is the Keynote app in Apple right here. It's not like Google, but you could import like if you created a GIF using your Bitmoji, you could import that into the Keynote. So that's a good question. So I'd be happy to come to your classes and hang out for a day and teach kids how to use this strategy, how to use this technique. And if that's something that you're interested in, possibly like coming up in January, I know that we're all kind of stressed out just trying to make it to the end of December, but does that seem kind of interesting? Something that looks cool?
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, yeah.
Me too.
And I know, Miss
Well,
Agnes, I still need to do that second class of yours with Sora. I haven't forgotten. I know it seems like it, but I promise I didn't.
That's okay. And some of my kids started using the where they reserved library books.
Oh,
And they
good.
got them and they were so excited. Yeah.
Yes. Miss Brooks is in charge of that. So she does that when she's here, which hopefully will be this week.
And how, I have a question. How I can see myself using this as an educator. How would my students, what are you thinking? How can they use them? I'm trying to brainstorm ideas.
Use what?
The Keynote.
So this would be good for anything like a reading response activity. You missed the first part, and I do have that in the recording. Actually,